My name is Shannon Canaris. I stay with my husband and my daughter in Dubai. Last year, 29th of July, like any other regular day from work, I returned home at 5 p.m. and my husband said, freshen up, let's go out. I went to the washroom, freshened up, and I never came back for 20 minutes. Concerned, he came knocking at the toilet door, and all he could hear was someone screaming and screeching inside, gasping for breath. He did not realize what was wrong with me. So he kept knocking at the door, and after that he realized something was wrong. He tried to push the door was locked from inside. He didn't know what is to be done. He kept pushing until the lock latch opened from inside. When he saw me in a state, I was fallen down to the ground. In unconscious state, all he could hear was some breath, gasping, and he didn't know what was happening. They called for an ambulance. 5 to 7 minutes, the ambulance was there. I was in an unconscious state. They picked me up, took me to the hospital, the nearest hospital in Dubai. The doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong, but they knew that I was in pain because subconsciously I was still screaming, retaliating in aggression. They asked him what had happened. He had no idea. He said, doctors are not aware of what's happening. All I know is she came home like any other regular day, fell down in the toilet. 20 minutes later, I realized she's not come out of the washroom. And I broke open the door so that, I could help her. So they said, we need to do some procedures. First, we need to inject her to reduce her pain, because though she is unconscious, there is a lot of pain that she's going through, and we are not able to figure out what is wrong with her. He said, you are the doctors, I leave it to you. And they started the treatment. They gave me an injection for me to calm down. Post that, they said, we need to do CT scans and we need to do MRIs. They again came to him for permission. So he said, do what you think is right. My God will not leave us. He stood by the place there while he was doing all these procedures. When the procedures were done, the CT scan and MRI showed that 3 nerves in my brain had burst. There was blood in water which had mixed. There was a clot in my brain which required immediate surgery. They came again to him for consent. Because we were based there, he had to sign consent forms stating that he is responsible for if something goes wrong. He signed the consent form with faith. He called Brother Raymond and Sister Mavis, asking them for them to intercede and pray. So they said, nothing will go wrong, keep faith. Our God will bring her back stronger. After that, he signed the form, and then later that night itself, 29th, I was operating. So I have 17 stitches out here. So this all that you see is my new hair. And they operated me and they said, we don't know whether it will take 6 months, 1 year, or whether she will come to conscience or she will remain on bed forever. With this, my husband still prayed. Brother Raymond obviously helped us a lot, interceded for us throughout this ordeal that we went through. And 4 days after the surgery, they laid a vernacular drainage also in the brain. And 4 days after that, I was moved to normal ward. It has never happened. The doctor said the history of all the surgeries that he's done for the last 27 years as a neurosurgeon, he's never seen this. And then they said it will take time for her to recover because my brain was not giving signals to my leg. My body was not in movement. So I was like a cabbage lying on the bed. 5 days, 6 days later, they said we need to do another CT scan now that she is in the ward. He said, do to check. I know that my God has healed her. While all this faith was embedded in us, it was Brother Raymond and Sister Mavis who were praying in continuity for us with their ministry. And all they said to him was, our God will bring her back. She will be a witness for all that has been happening. She will come up stronger. 7 days down the night, again another scan. The bleeding had reduced in my brain. But I was not in the state of mind. I didn't remember anything. I didn't remember anybody. And then again on 11th they did the scan when the bleeding had stopped. They said she can be discharged. But there were many doctors who were not still agreeing to this situation. They kept doing procedures after procedures because they said we have never faced a case like this. So we came back home. They said need to come after a month, but you cannot go to work because your body is not giving signals to your brain. I did not understand what was going on at that point. We came home, the physiotherapies, the massages and everything like regular continued. I couldn't walk. When I was standing, I used to fall because my brain was not giving any signals to my leg. I used to retaliate in anger because I didn't know what was happening with me, what was the incident. But Sister Melis, Brother Raymond and my husband kept praying in continuity saying that I will be alright, I will be alright. 27th of August, a month after that, they went for another CT scan to get the reports. My reports were clear. There was no sensory disorder. There was nothing that the doctors could find. They doubted. They said it's not possible because we've done the surgeries. This is not possible that a person in 1 month comes back to natural because I was walking mildly. They said we need to do a heart scan just to see what pressure the brain has built on the heart. They did that scan. That scan is real. They said now we need to check the pressure on the eyes because we doubt if there is no pressure on the heart, definitely something has, some veins in your eyes must be disturbed. They again did an eye test. They couldn't find anything. Then they said we need to test your body again and your brain. And because it was covered by insurance, my husband also said, let's do it. We have faith that she has been healed. Let's give that faith to the doctors also that I have been healed. They did that stem. The doctor who was treating me has stayed under the stretches for 17 years undergoing the same treatment. He said, I can't believe that you have been healed. And this surgery will leave something where to be the bedridden, whether you lose conscience, you'll not be able to walk, you won't remember things. But I see you 100% conscious. I see you talking exactly like the way you were before. And everything now in my life, ordinary to learn. But still people doubted. The doctor said, still stay back at home. Maybe you will get seizures. Maybe you will suffer something else. So stay back at home and work from home. My boss continued to give me work from home to test me whether I have for my senses. She found him 50 years exactly as tiredness as I was before. So they said, no, you still continue 6 months home and you continue from working from home and your salary will remain intact. Your job will remain intact. Don't worry about anything that's happening. So with that, I continued working at home. January 15th was the last scanning that I had to do. They said in 6 months, if nothing is found, then of course we know the patient is good, but might have sensory disorders for a long time. We went with states. We told Brother Raymond to pray. We called him. He prayed over us. And he said, don't worry, you will come out stronger. People will be amazed by your testimony. I went inside, they did the scanning of the brain. Again, they said, we need to do another, we need to scan your entire brain, not just the part which is operated. We said, please proceed. They did that as well. After that, they said, again, we need to test your heart. Again, we need to test your heart. I said, please go ahead. We believe that my Lord has healed me. They did everything and they declared the report on that day that she can go back with normal conditions to work. Her CB scan is normal, her brain functioning is normal, and she's exactly like what she had left on the 29th of July last year. All glory to God. Thank you so much.
The day when she had a fall, the neurosurgeon asked me, should I go ahead, as she mentioned. I said, just go ahead, nothing is going to happen to her. One side, my mom was on deathbed. I was getting calls from home. My daughter, she is just begun to talk now. And that too again, Brother Raymond and Sister Mavis, they are in continuous prep. So she is just begun to talk. She was with me. Both of us were in the hospital. She was on the bed, she was just screaming. And then that the doctor said, I'm going to do the neurosurgeon said, I'm going to do the test. I said, go ahead. Once the operation was done, I decided, and I called Brother Raymond and Sister Mavis was there. So I told her, I am not going to inform my parents, neither I'm going to inform her parents. I am going to ensure that she gets up and she talks to her parents and she calls them and tells them that I had a fall and I'm back again. Okay? Sister Babies told me on Tuesday. I was a little shaken, so I said, like, because end of the day she has parents, I'm accountable to her. I said, let me tell her parents. I still said to Sister Mavis, I said, I'm feeling like telling them because she had not regained full consciousness by that time. So she said, you stay strong. You had decided that I will ensure that she talks to her parents and tells them what had happened. I still kept pushing. On Thursday, she comes to full consciousness. She calls her parents and tells them, oh, mommy, I had a fall. I'm back in my consciousness and I'm telling you with my own mouth. So that was first. One of her friends came to see her and she was crying bitterly, means she was not believing that my wife is very outward. She cannot remain quiet. She is very barbaric. Like she keeps on talking. And so like, so kya hua? Like, suddenly she had a fall. She was totally yes. I went to her and I told her, I said, don't cry. Wednesday I told her, I said, tomorrow morning I'm giving you a call. The first call is coming to you from me, saying that she's regained her consciousness. Thursday she came back to consciousness. I called her and I told her, I said, now you can come and meet her. She's in full senses. And then that was the faith that I had. God helped us. God was throughout with us in this journey. But the most important part was we came out victorious in His name. So praise God.